Hi guys, Shanal here. I hope all of you are having a great day and don't worry, I won't take much of your time. First of all, I would like to thank Sheshan and the team, the Success Academy team, for their proper guidance they have given me so far. So, what is public speaking, right? Now, back in the day when I was schooling, I think I've missed so many opportunities because I did not discover that I could do public speaking, that I was into public speaking. So because of that, I've missed so many opportunities. But because of their guidance, I think I've discovered it. But right after school, I got into the corporate sector. I've been offered from one of the leading commercial banks. And once again, after a few years, once again, I've been offered from another leading commercial bank in Sri Lanka. I think that is thanks to mainly because of public speaking. So while I was working in the corporate sector, I got to know that I could do this, right? So currently I'm working as a banker, and at the same time, I'm an MC. If you don't know who an MC is, I'm a compier. And if you don't know who a compier is, don't worry. I'm an event host, right? So I do host events. I do host weddings, whatever, like the birthday parties, corporate events, award ceremonies. So any sorts of events I do compare, I do host. So that is thanks to public speaking. And I want to mention this thing. So I know all of us wants to start a business, any sorts of business. I know some of you maybe wants to start restaurants, a coffee shop, maybe like a clothing brand, and even like a photography business. For anything, you need that initial capital. But what I personally feel is like many of us, like the majority doesn't have that luxury on spending an initial amount like a capital payment for any of these business ideas. But by doing public speaking, by doing this myself, I've started my own business. So now I go by the name of Host Lennox. So anyway, my business is in the initial stages, but I have done so many events so far thanks to public speaking. Thanks to that, I've discovered this talent. So for that, I have to give the credit to the Sheshan and the team. What I want to tell you is discover whether you any sorts of talent. I'm not especially mentioning public speaking, but any sorts of talent, if you have, just discover it. But especially mentioning public speaking, if you do public speaking, just go for those Toastmasters clubs or whatever. Just get that exposure. That will help you in the long run. This is one of my personal messages. I don't know messages. I don't know whether Sheshan will post this because it's already 3 minutes long. So if you're looking for an MC, like an event host for your event, call me on 0766 So once again, I'll repeat my number. It's 0766 So hope you have a great day.
All right, all right, all right. Hello, everyone. A very good evening to all of you. I would love to see you switching on your cameras. I mentioned this an hour ago and I said I don't like speaking to a blank screen. So I would like to see your faces. Okay, I see a very nice lady, but her name says Zoom user. So I don't know what your name is. Right? You can unmute yourself. Hold on, let me give you the chance to unmute yourself. Zoom user, you can tell me what your name is.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
What is your name? How are you?
Sita Vikrampala.
Sita, nice to see you. Nice to have you here.
Yes, sir.
Are you
See,
traveling
I am.
back home? You seem to be in a car.
yes, sir. Not yet. I'm on the way to home, sir. Okay.
All right, good, good. I'm glad you're joining, although you're on your way home.
Yeah.
Nice to have you here.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, super, super. I see a lot of other people. Jayrani, how are you? Good evening.
Yeah, fine. Thank you.
Jayrani, tell me a bit
And
about yourself. Tell me why you are here. What do you hope to achieve from this webinar today?
yeah, I am a homeopath in NGO, and I am the member of the International Lions Club of Noorlia. Yeah, I am. Yeah, I have been the president. All this I had to have the speech. More, I am speaking, but I have to level up my speech more somehow more. Yeah,
Okay, great, great. You have to deliver
I
speeches,
will.
speak well. I mean, you seem to be speaking quite well in English. It's just that you have to improve your speaking ability. Yes?
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Yes,
Fantastic.
thank you.
Nice to have you here, Jairani. All right. I also see Ahmad. Ahmad, how are you? Good evening. Can you hear me?
Hi, sir.
Hi. Ahmad, tell me a bit about yourself. Give me a quick background about who you are and what brings you here. Okay, Ahmad, you muted yourself again. That's okay. Don't worry. Don't be shy. Don't be frightened. You can listen if you want to. If you can speak, you can go ahead. I see Yashara. How are you? Good evening. Yashara, you're on mute.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening.
I'm currently, hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm currently doing my own business and I need to build my confidence to speak in public.
Nice. What's the
That's,
business that you're doing?
it's a cargo service.
Oh, wow. Where at? Are you based in Colombo?
Yeah, in Nugegoda.
I know, okay, good. That's where we plan to start our classes as well. Maybe it's just a hop, skip, and a jump away for you. Maybe I can put my car into your car wash. All right, good. Nice to have you here. Nice
Yeah.
to have you here. All right, guys.
Thank you, sir.
So let me get started real quick. The testimonial that I played just as we started the class, this person actually happened to be, I wouldn't say one of my first students, but he was a good friend of mine. We went to school together. And he was one of the first people that I pushed to start a career in public speaking because I got into this space. I started doing comparing. I started doing training. I was a presenter at Go FM. I'll tell you my story as we move along. But what is significant about that testimonial is that my friend studied his entire life in Sinhala medium from grade 1 all the way up until his A levels. He did it in Sinhala medium, right? But today, he's an English host, an English compeer, right? Even as he spoke, you would have understood that English was not his native tongue. English is not his first language, right? For none of us, English is our first language, but his predominant language is Sinhala. But through practice, through consistency, and through the right coaching, and that's why he mentioned us, that's why he gave us this testimonial, because with the right coaching, he was able to get into comparing, and not only comparing, he was also able to move ahead in the corporate ladder simply because of his ability to speak well. All right. So that is one of my first success stories in public speaking because I am really happy and I'm really grateful that I get to give opportunities to different people to build up their life by building their communication skills. Guys, communication, speaking is the most valuable soft skill that you can build up. And I'm glad all of you are here. Let me give you some background about myself, and I'll also get an idea of who you are as we move along. Okay. All right. So in this webinar, I hope to cover the 5 biggest mistakes that keep you from becoming a confident speaker and what you can do to fix it. Now, obviously, I can't fix everything in one day, and you can't fix everything in one day either. That's the beauty of it, right? Just like anything else, speaking is something that you have to keep practicing. You have to consistently practice if you want to get better. So I'm going to show you the 5 biggest mistakes that are holding you back from being a good speaker and what you can do to fix it. Make sense? All right. Guys, learning how to speak well is going to give you so many opportunities in life. All right. That is why you are here. So before I tell you what speaking can help you achieve, can you drop me a text in the chat box as to what you think being able to communicate well will help you achieve? Will it help you become a better entrepreneur? Will it help you move up the corporate ladder? Will it help you build a better personality? Will it help you earn more money? Will it give you better business opportunities? Can you put a text into the chat box? What will learning how to speak well give you in your life? I need to see some texts coming in. Someone says everything. That's fantastic. Everything for sure. Good reputation, self-confidence. It will boost up self-confidence. People are saying, okay, the word confidence is coming up quite a bit. What about the others? I want you to interact. Okay, I want you to interact. I want you to talk to me. I want you to be active on the chat box, because communication goes two ways. Okay, it's not just me talking. I need your cooperation as well. Okay. Great. I'm seeing a lot of comments coming in. Will be successful to build personality, go up the corporate ladder, can connect with the world. Brilliant. Love it. Right? Superb. I joined Toastmasters and improved my communication skills. Above all, I got over my stammer. That's fantastic. Well done. Right, great. Individual respect, better personality. Fantastic. Guys, one of the biggest things that learning how to speak confidently will help you with is to level up your income. Earn a better income, because let's say you're starting off at 20 years old as a junior level executive. You're starting off on an equal footing because everyone comes in either with their A-level qualifications or with their degree. What helps people move up the corporate ladder is number one, performance in your work, and number two, communication skills. Can you communicate to upper level management how effective you are, how competent you are as a worker in that company? Currently, I went to a leading commercial bank. They wanted a corporate training done. And one of the biggest problems that they have with their executives is that they struggle to speak with customers in English. And this particular bank is trying to reach to a high income market. And when they move into this high income market, they need to speak in English with their customers. And we did this corporate training to break that barrier that people have when it comes to talking to people, when it comes to talking to their customers. And to the people, to the employees that actually build up this communication skill, don't you think they'll get promoted faster? What happens when you get promoted? You make more money. Makes sense? So leveling up your income is one of the most important benefits that you can get by learning how to speak well. You get to know better people. I know a lot of people that work in banks, that work in customer service, that work in sales, that build a great network for themselves simply because they know how to speak well. They're not afraid to go and talk to a person. They're not afraid to go and introduce themselves to get to know somebody. Makes sense? So you build up a good network. And as they say, your network is your net worth. Makes sense? You learn to face any interview. Most people go to interviews and they say, and they get stuck. They don't know how to speak. If you can speak well, you can face any interview confidently. You learn how Jairani just told me, right? She just told me this. She said that she can speak, but she wants to learn how to speak better. She wants to learn how to deliver a speech. Maybe some of you are in the corporate sector. You have to speak and present to upper management. This is your requirement. Learning how to communicate well, learning how to speak well, learning how to speak with confidence will get you that. All right. Convert sales. Yashara, you just said this. You want to run a business. You want to run a business well, and communication will help you with running that business well. Am I right? It will help you talk to customers better. It will help you talk to suppliers better. It will help you build up a good community around you because you know how to communicate well. If you want to be a director of a company, CEO of a company, manager of a company, you need to be able to speak well. Communicate with anyone, anywhere, at any time, confidently. That is your, I saw the word confidence coming up so many times. Well done. That is exactly what you are going to be able to achieve. All right. Guys, these are just some of the job roles where communication is important. This is not even 1% of the job roles that, I can't fill up my entire screen, which is why I just put it on one side. But whether you want to be an entrepreneur, director, business development manager, teacher, journalist, lawyer, doctor, engineer, whatever you want to be, if you can speak well, you can achieve it. Makes sense? 90% of job roles, 90% of job roles require good communication skills. And people with good communication skills get promoted faster, they earn better, they get better leadership roles. Think about the CEOs, the directors, the managers in your company. Typically, the managers we respect, the directors we respect, the people in upper level positions are generally people that can communicate well. Makes sense? So let me give you a quick background about myself, and then we'll move into the actual learning of this webinar. So guys, my name is Sheshan Dias. You can call me Sheshan or you can call me Sir, whatever you are comfortable with, it's fine. Okay, so let me give you a quick background about how I started and how I came to where I am today. Now, you see me speaking here, you don't see me stuttering, you don't see me stammering, you don't see me going, and you must be thinking, hey, this guy was probably born with the ability to speak well. No, none of us are born with the ability to speak well. We have to build it. It's a skill. It's something you build up over time. Just like many of you here, I'm assuming, I was also someone that was not very confident when it came to speaking. In fact, I remember one of the first instances that I had to speak in front of a crowd. I was at church. I don't know how many of you are Catholics, but I was at church and we had this thing called prayers of the faithful. Okay, I don't know. Some of you might be Buddhist, some of you might be Hindu, some of you might be Muslim. You might not know what this is, but when we are at church, we have this prayer called the prayers of the faithful. Okay, so we have to get up on the altar. It's a podium-like thing. We have to get up on the altar and we have to say this in front of the entire congregation. And the worst part about this is not that you just have to say it, you have to say it in a sing-song voice. Okay, so you have to basically, it's not, you're not singing it either, but it's in a very rhyming tone, you have to say it. Now I got on and I started to say it. And what happened? I was completely out of pitch. It was so bad that the pianist stopped playing because now he couldn't match his pitch to what I was saying because I was so off tune. So he stopped playing and now I'm looking at him, he's looking at me and we don't know what to do. And now the father, the priest, he's sitting there and he's also looking at me, not knowing what to do. I was about 12 or 13 years old. I was a kid, clearly not a very strong kid at the time because I started crying and I walked off stage or walked off the altar. Right? It was a harrowing experience. And I never thought, I went back home and I told my parents, I'm never getting on stage again. I'm never getting in front of the altar, in front of people again. It was such a scary experience because when there would have been about 200 people at church, when 200 people are looking at you and you fail, and worst of all, you start crying, how many of you would want to go back? No one, right? I did not want to go back. I never wanted to go back. But thank God, I had some good parents and they absolutely refused to take no for an answer. And one of the things that my parents did for me, my mother in particular, she dragged me and entered me into theater at school. So again, this was maybe 3-4 months after this particular incident. I refused to get in front of people on stage, in church, wherever. But my mother said, no, you're going to go and do acting. I said, no, I don't want to. But she said, no. When my mother is one of the most persistent people in the world. When she wants to do something, she's unstoppable. Okay. It can be a real problem sometimes, but it is what it is. So she dragged me by the ear. She took me to school and she said, you're going to do theater. That, my friends, ended up being the best decision my parents have ever made in their entire lives. Because I started to love theater. I started to get into acting. I got into singing. I really enjoyed the process of theater. And even to this day, aside from all my work, I work in a company, I do training, I run my own company, as you can see. Aside from all of that, I still make time to do speech and drama training for children. I make time to go and act in different public productions. Theater is a big part of my life and I love it. Honestly, I think the reason that I'm able to speak confidently, I'm able to present confidently, mainly is thanks to the exposure and the opportunities that I got in theater. So you can see I'm making all these weird faces. Even as I speak today, you might see some of these faces coming on because as a speaker, I like to be expressive. And that's one of the reasons that a speaker goes from being average to good to great. The more expressive you are, the better you can communicate. Make sense? So this was obviously in school. Now at school, once I started doing theater, I started getting more and more opportunities to speak in assemblies. I started doing the prayers at school. I got a lot of opportunities in school to speak in front of a crowd. Once I left school, the first opportunity that I got to speak in front of people was when I joined radio. I was a part of Gold FM. Some of the younger crowd, Ahmad, I'm assuming you've never heard of Gold FM. You're probably a Sun FM fan, Kiss FM, all right. But the older crowd might have heard about Gold FM. Old is gold, as they say, right? And I started off my career as a news presenter on Gold FM. Now, that gave me so many opportunities because obviously people started to get to know my name. And as a result of that, I started getting a lot of comparing opportunities. I started comparing events. I started going and hosting award ceremonies, parties, dinner dances, corporate events, and so on. And before I knew it, I started building a career for myself as a speaker. So the more opportunities I got, I was someone who really wanted to build a business of my own. I wanted to build a career for myself. So I thought, I have the opportunity to speak. Let me make the best of it. And while being at Gold FM, I started taking on as many comparing gigs as I could to improve my ability to speak and also to build a career for myself in that field. Then I got into corporate training. I started doing trainings. First, I started with schools. Then I started moving into companies. And eventually, I started my own business, which is the Success Academy, which is why you are all here today. So I started the Success Academy 5 years ago. We started off with spoken English training initially, and then COVID hit. And I remember I had got my first physical location to start classes 1 week before COVID hit, before the COVID lockdowns happened. So I had taken the place, I had taken out a bank loan, and I was obviously not in a good position because everything shut down. I obviously couldn't get people to come for classes. It was an utter failure. I was in debt to the bank. It was crazy. But then we started online classes, spoken English, and the best one was IELTS. And IELTS was one of the biggest successes that we have had in our business so far because over the span of 3 years, we helped 300 plus students get band 7 plus scores and successfully migrate to foreign countries in just 3 years. Right? So that was one of my biggest successes. And while we were doing that, we also started public speaking training. So currently we are doing online training for a public speaking diploma that people want to do and get qualified with. So there are people that come directly for the diploma. There are people that come just because they want to improve their skills. That is entirely up to them. But up till now, we've been operating completely online, right? Okay. So this is just a quick summary of everything that I have done so far, guys. Aside from all my qualifications in speaking and aside from my experience in speaking, I also work in the corporate sector. I'm the head of operations at a cybersecurity company called Better Cyber Career. And the reason I mention this has nothing to do with my speaking skills. Please don't draw on my screen. Right? What are you doing? I don't know who that is, but don't draw on my screen. Guys, the reason I mentioned that I'm in the corporate sector is that it gives me a unique insight to what people need when it comes to being in the corporate sector. If I was just a teacher, if I was just a lecturer, I would have no idea of what happens in a business. I would have no idea of what questions people ask in interviews, how interviews are conducted, how we talk to customers, how we talk to suppliers. I would not have an idea about any of those things. But because I've worked in a company or multiple companies in the past as well, but currently I run operations for this particular company, I have a unique insight to all aspects of business because I run pretty much the entire operation. So speaking to suppliers, customers, running the business, creating courses, creating curriculums, creating good products and services, creating a system. These are all things that I do on a day-to-day basis. And I bring that experience into my coaching as well, right? That's just something that I wanted to mention in addition to everything that I've shown you in terms of my speaking. Guys, I told you all this time we've done online classes, but now we are launching physical classes. Some of you might be wondering why that is. Because obviously, when we do online, we have the luxury of getting people to join anywhere in the world, right? So mostly we get Sri Lankans, obviously, but Sri Lankans from different parts of the world join our classes. We have people from Australia, we have people from Morocco, we have people from Canada, we have people from UK. What are some of the other countries we've got from Dubai, Qatar, Oman? What else? Singapore. We've got people joining in from multiple different countries to our program. Aside from that, people from anywhere in the country can also join our program. Nuwara, Jaffna, Gaul, Matara, different places in Sri Lanka, people join our online classes. And it's very effective because we've got people going in for diplomas. We have people having significantly improved their speaking skills through our online classes. But regardless of how fantastic online classes are, nothing can beat a physical class. Because when you actually get in front of people, it's a different experience, isn't it? Let me ask somebody, let me give you the opportunity to unmute yourself. All right, let me ask one person. Upali, how are you? Can you unmute yourself? Are you there? Not there. Upali Ratnayaka? Right. You're not there. Okay. Nalaka, what about you? Are you there? Can you unmute yourself? What's happening? Nalaka?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Nalaka, have you ever delivered a speech in front of an actual crowd? Not online, but physical.
Yeah, it's a quite frightening experience. But in my case, I love to speak in front of a crowd. That is one of my. I think I love to do that. So it's really challenging, sir, because we sometimes when we see the faces of all the people in front of, we forget everything what we are planned for to say. So I think. In the physical classes we can overcome it, because in online classes we can hide behind the curtain, so we can do things. So I think physical classes are more convenient.
Absolutely. Online is fantastic. All right. Let's not take anything away from online classes because it's been great for us so far. But like you said, there is nothing that compares to the feeling of standing in front of people physically, which is why I wanted to start an online, sorry, not online, but a physical class that gives people the opportunity to actually stand in front of people, right? And I'm not talking just 20, 30 people. I want to build it up to a point where we have a real crowd that you can speak to. You can speak to 10 people, 20 people. Even that is not scary enough. But when you talk to 50, 60, 100, that's where real confidence comes from. Make sense? So we are very excited to get this program up and running. So one of the benefits, obviously, is that you get to speak in front of a real audience. Like I said, it gives you the confidence to give engaging presentations in front of a real crowd, not just online, but physically, right? It gives you the chance to improve everything because I see you, I'm with you, I'm there with you to help you improve your body language, your vocal variations, your facial expressions. You're not just going to be in front of a crowd going, hello, my name is Sheshan. No, you might start that way, but I guarantee a few classes in, you're going to be an expressive speaker. Makes sense? You're going to build the confidence to handle any situation on stage because whenever we get on stage, we have the tendency to get stuck, guys. That's the reality. I mean, there have been enough instances where even as a compere, sometimes they give us things just on the fly, on the go, and say, you have to say this now. So you don't have time to think, you don't have time to prepare, you don't have time to write down anything. You just have to get on stage and think on the spot, think on your feet and keep talking, right? You get to receive instant feedback from me immediately because I'm right there, right? You get to build up your storytelling ability. And I'm going to show you today why storytelling is such an important skill. You get to practice speaking in more or less a corporate setting because the audience we are getting here, guys, we have people from big positions in corporate coming here. I mean, for example, we are the vice president of the Golf Face Hotel Group in one of our online programs right now, right? It's people of that caliber that end up coming for these sessions. So you'll be moving with a real good quality crowd and you get to network, you get to meet these people. And the best part is you get to speak in front of them, right? We do a lot of things here and I'll outline these as we move forward. But for right now, all you need to know is that we're starting physical classes and it's going to be the most amazing thing that you have ever been a part of. All right, guys, I want you to stay till the very end. I see 160 plus odd people here. Stay till the very end. I'll also be giving you my free ebook on public speaking. So even if you don't sign up for our classes, even if you are, not willing to join or not willing to go and that's fine. You can at least take this book, have a read, see if you can practice at home yourself. Guys, Nalaka gave me some very good points, but I want everybody to drop a comment right now on what your biggest fear is when speaking with an audience. Is that people will judge you? Is it that people will laugh at you? Is it that you don't have the right vocabulary? Is it that your mind goes completely blank when you have to speak in front of an audience? Can you send this across to me? Someone says judge. People judge you when you speak. That is honestly one of the biggest barriers that people have. And I outlined this as we move forward. I told you the 5 biggest mistakes. This is one of the first ones. You're afraid of people's opinions. Someone says completely bang. People judge. What if I make a mistake? To be honest, oh wow, someone says I don't have a fear when speaking. That is brilliant. That is brilliant. Right? Maybe then let me know what you are here to improve. I would love to know that because if you have no fear, you have conquered 90% of the problems that people have when speaking in front of an audience. Because if you're not scared, then you don't have a problem really, right? Because of their expressions, my vocabulary is bad, making mistakes because of fear. I've done several announcements, but I'm afraid of people's comments. Mine goes completely blank. I feel fear. Okay. Common problems here. Vocabulary, I forget everything. Great. Guys, this is exactly what we want to fix when you join our program. All right, so let me go ahead. Keep the comments coming. I love to see the comments. I love to see exactly what you are struggling with. Sometimes we get new problems. Usually it's the most common ones are people are afraid of judgment. They're afraid of what people have to say. Their mind goes blank. Vocabulary. These are some of the most common problems. Who is drawing on my screen? Guys, you have to stop this. Right. Okay, so I hope you're ready. Now we are going to go into the teaching component. I'm going to teach you some very important things about speaking. We're going to talk about the structure of how to deliver a great speech. And we're also going to look at the 5 biggest mistakes that you make when you speak in front of a crowd. Drop a quick yes if you are ready. I want to see a yes. I see some comments coming in still about what you are afraid of. And I see a couple of yeses coming in as well. Brilliant. Love it. I love the engagement, guys. I love it when people are communicating with me because If I'm just teaching you, that's not going to work. So as we go into the teaching component, I'm going to ask you a few questions. I hope you are ready to unmute yourselves and answer. I see a hand, Rushdi Taj. Do you have a question? I see your hand is up. If you have a question, you can go ahead. Rushdi, do you have a question? No question. Right, no question, I'm assuming. Okay, so the first thing, okay, before I go here, let me ask somebody. Akram. Akram, are you able to unmute yourself?
Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah, fine, good.
Akram, can you tell me very quickly a definition to what public speaking is? What is public speaking?
Actually, I don't have any stage fear because most probably in the school days I'm a debater, and I don't have a stage fear. And front of all, I very easily to can communicate with all. But the thing is, when I talk with the topic, it suddenly somewhere it is going to be break. I couldn't communicate and continuously can't take the task from to end. That is the thing I want to improve myself. And actually, I don't have the stage fear. I have more than 100 presentations in my life at most of the crowd in from my school days. This is the thing I want to improve myself from the Success Academy.
That's fantastic. Let me ask you one question. Do you
Yeah,
get stuck when you speak about topics you're familiar with or completely unfamiliar with? Or
I
is
think some insufficient memories in the vocabulary. Actually, the vocabulary is I want to improve myself. And then I have a skill. I just translating some words from my own language might be stuck in that particular prayer. And sometimes some words I forgot in the actual meaning. So when I going to think that particular point, then I going stuck from there. That is the thing I want to improve. That the vocabulary mostly helps to this improvement. And then I think it will. I can do this better when I continue lesson. It's very
absolutely.
grateful.
That's something
Thankful to you.
no problem at all. That's something we're looking to improve. So sit tight. All right, good.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much. Thank you.
Guys, who is drawing on my screen? What are you doing? What is happening? Right, okay. Guys, public speaking is very simple. It's simply the process of speaking to a crowd with an objective. Either you are trying to inform an audience, which is what I am doing here. Am I right? I am teaching you for 2 hours. That is my main objective, to inform you, to educate you. In the process, I'm going to crack a few jokes. It might not be funny, but I'm trying my best to entertain you. Right? I'm trying my best to entertain you. I'm also trying to persuade you. You'll see what I'm trying to do at the end of this class, or what I'm trying to do at the end of this webinar. I'm trying to persuade you to do something. And I'm also demonstrating what I am teaching. Makes sense? But my main objective, my number one objective right now is to educate you all, is to inform you all. So what I am doing right now is a public speech. I am delivering a message to a live audience in a structured way, obviously, to inform my idea to you. Is that clear? Let's take a stand-up comedian. I'm assuming all of you have heard of Block and Dino. They are probably the two most famous comedic duo in Sri Lanka right now. What do they do when they get on stage? Are they trying to educate people? No, they are mainly trying to entertain. Makes sense? That is their objective as public speakers, right? So for each of you, when you speak in front of a crowd, your objective will be different. But whatever it is, if you are speaking to 2 or more people, to deliver your message to them with an objective, either to educate them or to entertain them or to persuade them to do something or to demonstrate an idea to them, now you are a public speaker delivering a public speech. The main purpose of delivering a speech is to give a message to people so that they take a positive action regarding that message. What does that mean? It doesn't just mean that when I finish delivering a speech, I want you to stand up and clap for me. Yes, that's great. And that's instant gratification from doing a good job on stage. But if I can persuade you to do something, in my sense, if I can get you to join my classes, if you feel, hey, this guy is a good enough trainer, I understand what he's saying, let me sign up to his program. If you feel that, that means my public speech to you has been successful. If you're doing a sales pitch to a company, at the end of your presentation, if that company is not willing to move forward, then your public speech has not been successful. But if you communicate your ideas clearly, if you're able to convince those people to sign up or to join your company or to purchase the product from your company, let's say, for example, if Yashara can convince the 100 odd people here to come to her car wash after delivering a speech about why her one is the best one in the country, now she would be successful as a speaker. So the main purpose of speaking to an audience is to get them to react positively to your message. It could be anything, getting up and clapping for you, purchasing your product, complimenting you. As long as they are happy, as long as they are positively reacting to your message, you have been successful at speaking to a crowd. Guys, there are three things that define a good speaker: ethos, pathos, and logos. I will tell you what these are one by one. All right. Okay. Ethos. Let me ask you a question. Let's imagine you guys go to a finance conference on how to invest your money. Okay. You're going to this conference to learn what are the best investments to make, how to start a business, how to manage your money, basically. Right? One of the speakers is Dhammika Pereira. Okay. The other speaker is someone you have never heard of before. Let's say Kamal Gunaratne. No, don't say Kamal Gunaratne, his actual name. Kamal Pereira, let's say. Right? Dhammika Pereira is one speaker. Kamal Pereira is the other speaker. Whose conference or whose speech are you going to listen to? Fazil, whose speech will you go and listen to about investing your money?
Dhammika Pereira.
Dhammika Pereira, why?
He's a well-known figure, so you will want to listen to his speech.
That's 100% correct. So what does he have that Kamal Pereira does not have?
Fame.
He has credibility. He has a name, right? He has credibility. Dhammika Pereira has done already what he is going to talk about. If you're going to speak on a topic, especially now, this doesn't apply if you're speaking in a social setting. That means if you're giving a toast at a wedding, nobody cares about your credibility, right? You could be the groom's best friend. That's about it. If you're delivering a farewell speech, it doesn't really matter. But if you're delivering a serious keynote speech, if you're delivering a sales presentation, if you're making an investor pitch, if you're speaking in a company, if you're delivering a speech to a large group of people about a specific message, you need to have credibility. Does that make sense? Think about what I did when we started the webinar. I positioned myself. I told you that I have been a presenter at Gold FM. I've done public speaking. I told you that I have done comparing. I've hosted events. I run my own business. I'm an entrepreneur. I work for a company as an operations manager. What did I do? I built up my credibility, because otherwise I'm just a random guy on the internet that you see. You saw a Facebook ad, you clicked it because for some reason, and you turned up here. You have no idea who I am. So if I did not build up that credibility, why should you come and learn from me? Who am I? Whenever we are going to speak about something, it's important to establish our credibility. We need to have good credibility when we speak. So you might be thinking, okay, what happens if I don't have credibility? If I don't have that initial positioning, if I don't have the qualifications, the knowledge, or the experience to speak about a specific topic, but I have to speak about a specific topic. What do I do? Don't worry. That's why there are 3 pillars of a good public speech. So number 1 is credibility. If you have credibility, even if you don't have the others, people will still listen to you. If you listen to Mr. Dhammika Pereira's speech, I mean, he has all the knowledge in the world, but he struggles to speak a bit, especially when he speaks in English, right? But that doesn't take away from this. So we all listen to him. But if we don't have that credibility, what can we do? That's where pathos comes in. Pathos is something very beautiful. This is where we touch the emotions of the audience. Think of what I did when I spoke about how I was afraid to speak in front of a crowd and how I failed at public speaking. I told you a story. For most of you, or some of you at least, it would have resonated with you. Maybe you are afraid of speaking in front of a crowd. Maybe you would have failed like that. You listened to that story, and to a certain level, you were very interested and you bonded with me as a speaker. Whenever we tell stories, the audience is more interested in what we have to say. Again, I was at church today, right? And I'm a Catholic, so I usually go to Catholic Mass. But in this particular instance, I went to a Christian church, okay? And I'm not sure why, but for some reason, it wasn't the priest who gave the sermon. It was a layman, right? That means someone who was not a priest. And I was listening to this person's sermon. It was a pretty good sermon, but I wasn't really interested in what he was saying because he was giving a lot of points. He was giving a lot of facts, advice, information. But the moment he said, let me tell you a story, let me give you an example, that's when I got interested in what he had to say. Now I was just looking around, I was looking and, I was listening from the back of my mind. But the moment he said, let me tell you an experience I had, boom, I looked at it. Everybody, whether it's a 2-year-old child or an 80-year-old man or woman, they all love listening to stories. Who are the best storytellers in the world? Let me ask somebody. Someone has already dropped it in the comments. I don't know if you have been to one of my previous webinars. Chulani, can you tell me, who are the best storytellers in the world?
Lady.
Did you say men?
Like stories and
Okay. Who are the best
I
storytellers?
think
Someone?
politicians.
Absolutely correct.
Tim
You hit
Cook.
the nail on the head. Have you been to one of my previous webinars? Yes, no?
Yes, I have been.
Okay, that's why you know the answer to that question. The best storytellers in the world.
I think
Yeah.
our mom.
Your mom? Oh, wow, that's a good one. That's actually a very serious one. Very nice. Definitely. If your mother has told you great stories, and I think all our mothers have, they are great storytellers. That is absolutely true. But one of the jokes I like to
Because we are growing ourselves to listening that story in this childhood. That is the beginning of our stage, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's how we learn everything. That's how we become creative. Even my own mother, and I think I owe a lot of my speaking ability to her because when she was young, she used to tell me so many stories. Not just stories, she used to recite poetry with me. She used to do acting with me. And I remember she used to get like scripts printed and she used to give me one part of the act and she used to do the other part of the act. And just at home for fun, we used to do this. And it really built up my presentation skills. It built up my creativity. It built up the way that I look at life. So, absolutely, mothers are great storytellers. That's absolutely true. One of the jokes that I like to crack is that the best storytellers in the world are politicians. No one can spin a better story than a politician. Because if you look at Sri Lanka, for example, we all know that the biggest amount of corruption happens in politics. We all know that. We all know that the person asking for the presidency or the person asking for a ministerial post in some way is corrupted. But that has never stopped us from going and voting for them. Brilliant. It's brilliant. I mean, I'm not saying we should all do that. It's obviously bad. But at the end of the day, they are able to spin a story so that people go and vote for them. Isn't that crazy? Look at Donald Trump. Donald Trump got impeached twice and he's still back in power. Why? Because he's someone that can speak to the masses. He comes and he tells stories. He connects with people. He hits the emotions of the people he's talking to. Whenever you are speaking, whenever you have to speak in front of an audience, always try to bring in an example and tell a story, because guaranteed people will connect with you. If you don't have the right vocabulary, if your mind goes blank, if you don't know what to say, you should always tell a story. Why? Because a story, especially from your personal life, is something you cannot forget. And it's something that you can elaborate. You can exaggerate it a little bit. But it's something that will never let you down. Plus, it's always something that will help you connect with your audience. Makes sense? So ethos means credibility. Pathos means emotionally connecting with your audience. How? By telling stories. Aside from stories, the other thing that your speech needs to have is logical facts, statistics, figures. Akram, you would know this since you have done debating. You can't just spin stories and expect to win a debate. You have to back up your points with proof. Am I right?
Yeah, absolutely correct. That is the thing, because you have said earlier, we are always get ready to, as a public speaker, they know all the points in the mind. In spontaneously, they give some addings or whatever. We don't have time to prepare. We just open up and be able to talk. So that is very innovative, mind creative. That's the thing.
We have to be creative, and at the same time, we have to have facts. We have to have points. We have to have statistics whenever we are delivering a speech, right? The more realistic points we give, the more logical points we bring out. And by structuring those points properly, we are able to come off as a good, confident speaker. If you have these three things, or at least two, or one of these things, generally you are regarded a good speaker. To be a great speaker, you need to have at least two of these things. And to be an exceptional speaker, all three would be necessary. Makes sense? So ethos, pathos, logos. Ethos is credibility. Pathos is the emotional bond using stories. And logos is your facts, your statistics, your logical points. Clear? All right. I have put one of my favorite speakers here. Right? Donald Trump. No one gives a speech like Donald Trump. You always get excited. I don't know how many of you have watched his speeches online. People get excited. You get excited when you're watching him because he speaks direct to the heart. He tells stories. He tells some very unconventional things to get you roused up, to get you to feel something. And the best speakers are the speakers that get you to feel something. If you can, as they say, people won't remember what you said, people won't remember what you did, but they will never forget how you made them feel. Do you understand what I mean? Whenever we see someone, I mean, think about it. Jairan, if you were to go and meet your best friend today, wouldn't you feel happy? You have that happy feeling inside you the moment you see your best friend. Whereas if you meet someone for the first time, you might have a bit of agitation. You might be a bit shy, awkward, scared, nervous. So people make us feel things. And as a speaker, if you can come across as someone who can get your audience to feel something in their heart, that's when you know you have won as a speaker. Clear? So let me quickly run you through how to structure a good speech. All right, let me ask somebody. Okay, who can I ask? Sita, can you tell me very quickly, how would you structure a speech? Are you there? Okay. Let me ask someone else. I think you're having trouble unmuting yourself. Nuan, are you there? Or Vikrama? Yes, I can see you have unmuted yourself.
Yes, sir. First thing is get the attraction of the audience so
Right.
that the ice-breaking session or the point is the key point.
Correct. You hook the audience. That is the first time in a webinar that someone has actually given that answer. Most people would either say introduction or greeting, right? But you're the first one that said you need to attract the audience, or you need to have an icebreaker or a hook to get the attention of the audience. That is 100% correct. Most speakers, now when I was in school, I've been to, I would say, at least 200 assemblies in my school life, right? Assemblies, prize givings, conferences, and so on. Every single speaker who has come to our school, guys, who's drawing on my screen? That is not cool. Okay, every single speaker that has come, including our principal, vice principal, guest speakers, everybody, they all start their speeches by saying, "A very good morning, Father Rector, vice principal, clergy, members of the tutorial staff, members of the non-tutorial staff, and my dear boys." We have memorized that greeting. The moment we hear it, the entire college either starts talking, they fall asleep, or they're in their own worlds. They're not really paying attention to what is happening the moment they hear that introduction. I vividly remember one speech in my entire school life. I remember one speech. And I don't really remember a lot of what that person said, but I remember how he started. He brought this tabla on stage. He was a classical musician, and he had been brought to give us a speech on how to build a career for ourselves and something to that nature. So he brought this tabla on stage, and he started by playing, rather. He went, "Umbalakada vattaka kakiri doddang biscuit kudu biscuit," and he started playing this on his tabla. The whole school started laughing, and everyone was mesmerized by what was happening, because he didn't say good morning, he didn't say hi, how are you, or he didn't say anything. He just started singing this song. He's playing this beat, right?
I have also experience like that, the same.
What is the experience?
Yeah, I went to public speaking in I think 2013 in the Colombo 12. There's a good, very big stage, and they are organizing a debate like a Pattimandram, like in Tamil. But they gave the time zone is already past. The people are very tired, and they are doing their all other things, and they are waiting in their own world. So I just want to concentrate all of them. I just never started in salam or good morning, hi, hello everyone. I just starting with every fool are here and like that. Something negatively I start, and all the crowds are thoroughly quiet, and they coming to see me. And after that, I say sorry and I start my speech. That is the attractive point on that.
Wow, that is a very bold move. That is
Because
fantastic.
that is Colombo 12, the Colombo 12 people are very, I don't want to say. So they're like that only. If you want to take the attraction, that kind of thing they're going to use in that particular time. That is a spontaneity, I earlier said. That's
Absolutely.
great.
Absolutely. Because the moment you get the attention of the audience, then they are going to be very interested in what you have to say. There was one other experience that I had where I was comparing an event, and there was this gentleman called Mr. Rohan Palletan. Interestingly enough, he is the one that created the sensor for airbags in Sri Lanka. I didn't know this until he got on stage, or rather, until I did my research on him for this particular event. So he was a very serious gentleman. It was a very serious event, and there were ministers there. It was very formal. The Italian ambassador was there. Crazy. He gets on stage in this very formal event with a guitar and he starts singing a song, right? Everybody stopped what they were doing to look at this gentleman. Even I was blown away. I was very young at the time. This was one of the first major events that I had compared, and I never expected for someone of that caliber to come and do that. Even my introduction about him was very formal, right? He sang the song, he stopped, and he said, "Now do I have your attention?" And everybody started clapping there itself. That was crazy. So, your point is correct. When you are starting a speech, you always have to start with a hook, an introduction. You don't start with the greeting because 99% of people will start with a greeting. So if you are that 1% of people who start by doing something else, immediately the audience will be more interested in what you have to say. So you have your introduction, then you greet the audience. Obviously, you can't continue with your speech without acknowledging the audience, especially if there are dignitaries, if there are people that have to be greeted. If you don't greet them, it's obviously going to be odd. It's going to be weird. So after you have grabbed their attention, then you proceed to greet the audience. Then you have the body of your speech and you wind up with a conclusion. So let's look at each of these in detail. When you talk about the hook, I'm not going to encourage all of you to sing songs because if you can't sing, that's a problem. Right? Even I myself I've done it once, but I don't recommend it. It's scary, especially if you can't sing on pitch. Okay. So starting with a song might not be the best idea, but starting with a quote is something that will make your speech interesting. Before you say good morning, everyone, or whatever, before you greet the audience, if you can start with a quote, a popular saying, early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. A very good evening, everyone. I'm here to tell you today the benefits of being healthy. Right? So you start off with a quote, you start off with something interesting to hook the audience. The second thing you could do outside of a quote is you could tell a short story because, like I said, people love stories. People like listening to stories. So the moment you start telling a story, people are going to be interested in what you have to say. The third one is it's tough. I wouldn't, I have put it here because it's one of the best ways that you can hook an audience. Now, when that singer, he came as a and he started playing, we all started laughing. We never expected it. It was funny. And because we laughed, he had our attention. But sometimes now, I've seen plays. Now, since I'm in theater, I go to watch a lot of plays. And I've seen comedies where sometimes the jokes don't hit. When that happens, as a speaker, it's tough, right? So jokes are a great way, one of the best ways that you can connect with your audience, but you have to be ready to get that feedback if your joke doesn't land well. If the audience doesn't laugh, you can't get demotivated or discouraged. You have to have the confidence to move forward. Now, if your joke is successful, that's amazing. There is no better feeling than people laughing with you on something you have said. The last thing you can do is ask a question. Now, this is something that is very safe. This is something that I do in a lot of my classes, webinars, speeches, because I know it's safe, right? Easily, the best way to get the attention of the audience is to ask them questions. Either a direct question where you expect an answer. Now, I have been asking some of you questions like that, or rhetorical questions where I don't expect an answer, I just expect you to think, right? I could ask you, for example, did you know that 90% of people across the globe are afraid of speaking in front of an audience? Now, I don't want you to answer. I don't want you to unmute and say yes. I just want you to think. Clear? So the best way to start a speech is to grab the attention of the audience, either by using a quote, a short story, a joke, or asking a question. Are there other ways, like singing a part of a song, reciting a poem, doing a small act? Yes, but these are the best and easiest ways that you could start a speech with. Then we come to your body. You have your greeting and you come to the body. What do you need to have in your body? I told you pathos and logos. What is pathos? You create an emotional bond with your audience. So you have to tell stories. The easiest stories to tell are from your personal life. If you notice throughout this webinar, I have told you multiple stories from my own experiences. Why? Because those are the easiest stories for me to tell. Instead of bringing in examples from people that I have to read about and research and study and practice to bring up here, it's easy for me to talk about my own personal experiences. And you are obviously interested in what I have to say. Similarly, when you tell a story, Akram shared a lovely story with us. All of us were very interested in what he had to say. Because when people tell stories, we love to listen. So you create that emotional bond by telling stories. So you have your points in your speech. To support all of those points, you try to add in an example, a story from your own life, or a story that is popularly known from the news or from a celebrity's life. From wherever you can get a story or a good example, you bring it in to your speech. Then you need to add logos, which is your facts and figures, your statistics, your logical points, and any other additional details that you can use to fill up the speech. Clear? But the most important thing, and I can't emphasize this enough, is to tell stories. Remember that. If there is nothing else you take away from this webinar today, I want you to take away that one thing, which is whenever you speak in front of an audience, wherever it is, whatever it is, whether you're speaking to a customer, whether you're speaking to a supplier, whether you're speaking to a student, whether you're speaking to someone you know, maybe to a big audience, I don't know, wherever it is, you tell people stories. If you do, you will instantly become a more engaging and interesting speaker. Finally, you wrap up by summarizing your points. You would notice every time I complete a section, I summarize it. I tell you these, pathos, ethos, logos, that's what we covered. When we come here, I told you it's the introduction, greeting, body, conclusion. You need to summarize what you say because that's when people remember it. Because especially if you're speaking for a long time, people have a tendency to forget. Even if you tell really interesting stories, people might forget your point. So if you don't summarize at the end, people are going to forget what you said. People might still forget what you said regardless, but summarizing it helps them retain that information. Clear? So whenever you are concluding a speech, you summarize your points, you give your final thoughts, and you have a powerful closing sentence to wrap up your speech. Clear? So that is the structure of delivering a good speech. You have an introduction. What do you do in the introduction? You hook the audience with a quote, a joke, an anecdote, a question. Then you greet the audience and you go into the body. What do you do in your body? You have to, don't forget this, you have to tell stories. And you back it up with figures, stats, logical points to support your story. And finally, you wrap it up with your conclusion by summarizing your points and having a concluding sentence, a powerful concluding sentence at the end. All right, I want you to answer this question. If you could walk into a room with no fear at all of speaking to an audience, how would that impact your career? What new doors would that open for you? Would you get promoted? Would you earn more money? I want you to drop that comment into the chat box. What would learning to speak well do for you? Having no fear, what would that do for you? I want you to drop a comment into the chat box. What would that do for you? Would you feel more confident? Would you get promoted at work? Would it build up your personality? What would learning to speak well? Someone says, get promoted, make a positive impression in front of everybody, build my confidence. Your net worth and network will grow. You get promoted, confidence, I'm assuming, and get promoted. Correct. Very good. Love it. Guys, this is why you are here. Because learning to speak well can do all of these things for you. So I promised you I'm going to show you the 5 major mistakes that you have to fix if you want to be a good speaker. Number 1, and all of you mentioned this, most of you who commented mentioned this, most people are afraid of other people's opinions. Will people laugh at me? Will people make fun of me? Will people condemn me if I make a mistake? The only reason that you are being held back from what you want to do, from what you want to say, most people don't start a social media channel because they are afraid. Most people don't get up in front of an audience because they are afraid. Most people don't raise their hands in class because they are afraid. I mean, I used to be that person. I used to be afraid to raise my hand first and answer a question because everyone else in the class didn't know the answer. I think we have all been there. Am I right? I know the answer to the question. I want to give the answer to the question, but no one else is raising their hand. So I'm also afraid to raise my hand. We worry too much about other people's opinions. Guys, this is the number 1 barrier that you have. And trust me, in our physical classes, that is what we hope to get rid of. Because I'm going to give you an audience to speak in front of. I want you to come in front. I want you to speak to them. I want you to do a presentation. I want you to sing. I want you to do poetry. I want you to act. Trust me, the stuff we will do in our classes are crazy. It's crazy. It's going to be an experience like you've never had before. Never. Because I'm a Toastmaster myself. I love Toastmasters, but the main thing they do in Toastmasters is deliver speeches. It's fantastic. I love it. And I'm a Toastmaster myself, like I said. I have nothing against it. But by doing acting, by doing poetry recitals, by doing different other activities, that is how you come out of your shell. You should see online classes. People love it, right? People love it because people get to do corporate professionals, senior managers, vice presidents, directors come and read poems. And they enjoy it. Because what are they doing? They're breaking out of their comfort zone. So trust me, this is going to be an experience like you've never had. Number 2, what is that? So guys, today, this is what I'm going to teach you. I'm going to teach you how to be, how can I teach you how to be a great speaker if I'm reading off a piece of paper? When most people get up in front of stage, what do? They take their entire speech written out word for word and they read it. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with taking a piece of paper on stage because you need to write down your points. You might have to have a structure. That's good. That shows you're prepared. But if you read your entire speech, then you're doing reading. You're not speaking. Makes sense? So one of the biggest mistakes that people make when they speak is that they read on stage and not speak. So proper preparation and learning how to structure your speech and deliver structured speeches and presentations will help you become a better speaker. This is a big one, and I know a lot of people use it. A lot of people do this. What is this? I guess my name is Sheshan, and I went to St. Peter's College, and fillers. When you don't know what to say, you say to fill that gap. That is one of the biggest mistakes people make when they speak in front of a crowd. That is one of the biggest mistakes they make when they speak in general. Because the moment you start saying you lose the audience, you lose the people. People know you are not confident, you are nervous, you are shy, you are not sure about what you are going to say. Why? Sometimes you have all that information up here, but when you say it, you go, that's it. That's it. Your speech is done. Guys, trust me, 2, 3, 4 weeks into our classes, not even physical, in our online classes, this is what we help you achieve. We help you master the pause. In this webinar, if you actually rewind and watch it, there are instances where I get stuck. I lose my train of thought. My mind goes blank sometimes. But the best part is that I don't get stuck and say, no. I take a pause. I look at you and I move on. Because the moment you learn how to pause effectively, instead of filling that gap with a or an you become a powerful speaker. Because now you're not someone that feels or fills the room with monotony with your and ums. You're someone who pauses intentionally because you want to grab the attention of the audience and you move on. Make sense? This is something that you build up through practice, and this is something that will really be helpful to people that have to speak in front of an audience. All of you know this one. It's like listening to a broken tape recorder. Guys, think of it like this. What makes music beautiful? What makes music beautiful? Music is beautiful because there are different notes to the song or to music. If I just sat near a piano and just played one key, ding, 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 that's not music. That's monotony. Imagine I did this webinar in this same tone. I didn't have any vocal variations. I conducted this webinar to teach you how to speak confidently in front of a crowd. You would not be interested in what I have to say. When you learn how to use this instrument that is your voice, when you learn how to speak loud, how to speak soft, how to speak fast and how to speak slow, how to pause, how to emphasize, how to have inflections when you speak, then you become a better, confident, engaging speaker. You need to master the 4 P's of public speaking, which is pitch, power, pace, and pause. Finally, bad body language. How many people do you know that speak like this? They have their hands tied here. Hello everyone. Good morning. They look scared. They look nervous. They don't know how to use their hands. They're stuck. They don't know what to say. It shows on their face because they don't smile when they speak. You need to learn how to master good body language. And again, if you get the chance to speak in front of a crowd, this is something that we can easily help you fix. Makes sense? So these are the 5 biggest mistakes that are keeping you back, that are holding you back, that are not allowing you to be a good speaker. Worrying about other people's opinions. You read without speaking. You use fillers. You say, You don't have vocal variations, and there are no good body language. There are no good hand gestures or facial expressions. Guys, if you can fix these 5 mistakes, do you think you can be a good speaker? Do you think you have the potential to be a good speaker? If you can fix these 5 things, I just want you to say yes if you agree with me. Definitely, someone says, right? Yes, 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 yes. Good. I'm seeing a lot of yeses. That's the reality. If you can fix these 5 things, only these 5 things, if you learn how to speak without fillers, if you learn to be expressive, if you learn to have good body language and facial expressions, if you learn to stop worrying about what other people think about you can certainly be a good speaker. All right. So, guys, I could have just done this webinar and ended it here, but I have a very important offer. I have a very important program that I want to tell you about. So is it okay if I spend about 10 to 15 minutes just talking a bit about this program, about these benefits? I don't want you to leave now. Is it okay if I talk about this? I want you to say yes in the chat box. All right. I want to tell you about our physical classes. It's going to be an experience and I want to talk to you about it. I want you to say yes in the chat box. Okay. Okay. Before I get started, and I want to introduce to you the Success Speech Club. Now, before I get started, I want you to drop one more comment telling me where you are from, because our physical classes are going to be held in Nugegoda at the CIPM building. I'm assuming some of you have heard of CIPM. It's a massive building in Nugegoda on the high level road. So, okay, I see some people saying Dematagoda, that's fine. Colombo, Homagama is a bit far out, but it's about 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Vattala, Boralla, okay, Vellavatta, that's close. Kolpiti, Ratmalan. Hey, I'm from Moratua. Ratmalan is pretty close by. Moratua, hey, someone's from Moratua. Shulani, Moratua, all the way. Nugegoda, that's pretty close. Vattala. Okay. So I'm seeing people from Kandy, Chilau, Kampaha, Nuarelia as well. Don't worry, guys. We have an online program as well. So let me tell you something about that very quick too. But mainly, I want to tell you about our physical classes, but I'll also tell you about our online, and I'll tell you how to register for both depending on where you are. Okay. So, guys, let me tell you about this name, the Success Speech Club. You must be wondering, okay, what happened to teaching? What happened to training? What happened to it being an academy? No, this is a club. Okay. Why do I call it a club? Because there is no duration. This is not a structured program where I say, okay, you only come for 3 months, you only come for 4 months. My online program is a diploma, is a 4-month diploma. But my physical classes is a club where I want you to come, I want you to speak, I want you to act, I want you to sing, I want you to have a great time, and I want you to completely get rid of your fear of speaking in front of an audience. If you want to get qualified, you come for my online program, 4 months structured. But if you want to really speak in front of a real crowd live, physically, you join the Success Speech Club. Guys, you get live coaching sessions with me. I teach you during this program. All right. Every day there's going to be a 20 to 30 minute learning session where I teach you something new about how to be a good speaker. I give you the opportunity to speak after that, but there's definitely going to be training. I am going to be giving you feedback on what you are doing. All right. So usually people tend to charge about 200 to 400,000 rupees for this type of program. But honestly, our program is so much more effective. Our program is so much more in depth because I bring a lot of experience. I bring my theater experience. I bring my corporate experience. All of this combined is what I'm going to be training you with in our classes. Outside of this, we also have a lot of professionals that we bring in to train you. Right? We're going to have guest speakers. We're going to have interviews. We're going to do a lot of amazing things. Trust me, this is an experience you have never had before. All right. So you get to have live coaching sessions with me. Plus, during the week, I also get you to send me recorded videos. So you're not just coming once a week, you're actually practicing throughout the week. The more you practice, the better you are going to become. All of these guys, I usually charge 7,000 rupees per session. Now, on top of that, I am reviewing your videos throughout the week. So I charge separately for that. For anyone that wants interview preparation or presentation preparation, for your office requirements, for your corporate requirements. We give you one-on-one coaching for that personally. Now, all of this, if you try to come individually with me, this costs about 40K a month. But that's not what we're offering it at. Usually our program is 10,000 rupees a month, right? 20,000 rupees a month. But today we are offering this to you at a very special discount of only 10,000 rupees a month. 4 classes a week, not a week, 4 classes a month, every Sunday from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. You get to come for all those classes for just 10,000 rupees a month. Now, 1 month is essential that you come, right? Because we need at least 4 classes to help you get to a certain standard. But obviously, over a period of time, if you keep coming, you're going to keep getting that practice. You're going to keep getting the opportunity to speak in front of an audience, right? So 10,000 rupees a month, you can keep paying that monthly for however many months you want, until you are satisfied and confident with your ability to speak. We also have some packages for people that want to join for an extended period of time. So if you join and pay per month, it's going to be 10,000 rupees per month. If you join directly for 3 months, that's going to be a 5,000 rupee discount. So 25,000 per month. But if you want to join directly for 6 months, we give you a 10,000 rupee discount. You only have to pay 50,000 rupees in total. All right, so we give you a 10,000 rupee discount. Guys, very quickly, if you are interested in joining our physical classes, take a screenshot of this and send it on the WhatsApp group and say physical. Put your name and say physical. All right, take a screenshot of this, put your name, let's say for example, Akram. So you take a screenshot, you say Akram physical, and you put it onto the WhatsApp group. Guys, we have 5 WhatsApp groups. So whatever WhatsApp groups you are in, just put it on that. Okay, physical. I will tell you more about online. Don't worry. There's a bit more that I have to explain, right? So take a quick screenshot of this, put it onto the WhatsApp group with your name and the word physical. All right. All right. Okay. Guys, take a screenshot, put it onto the WhatsApp group with your name and the word physical. Okay, don't worry. I'm going to show the screen at the end. So if you can't take a screenshot now, don't worry. It will come back again. I have some very interesting things to say about the class, and then I'll come back to this page. Okay, so to anyone that joins today, we have a lot of exclusive bonuses that we are offering. Number 1 is that you get to speak. Guys, I can't emphasize this enough. Come for our classes. It's not going to be a session where I am speaking and you are learning. You get to speak. You get to interact. There are so many things. We start off with breathing exercises. We have poetry recitals. We have acting pieces that we do. We have debates. We have so many different activities that we do in our class live. All right. We also have a podcast. Now, our star students, all right, people that come consistently, people that show commitment, they get to be featured on our podcast. This is very interesting because we have a big channel, right? We have 100,000 followers on TikTok. We have YouTube followers, Instagram, and so on. You get to be featured on all of these pages through our podcast. So this is an interesting opportunity for those of you that are interested. Maybe if you want to promote your business, maybe if you want to promote something that you're doing, your services. Like I promised you, we help you build a network, and this is one of the services that we offer, right? So you get to deliver presentations, conduct debates, do multiple activities to improve your communication skills. And like I told you, you get to connect with industry professionals. The crowd we attract here is a fantastic crowd, guys. I love the people that join my classes. There's such a quality crowd. There's such a good crowd. People that want to learn, people that are in high level positions that want to upskill themselves. Lovely people, lovely people. You have so much to gain. You have so much to gain from the network. All right. And this is for people that also want to do online. We offer an online public speaking diploma. Usually we sell this at 60,000 rupees. But for those of you that are interested, we sell this at a 50% discount at 30,000 rupees. If you join our physical classes, or if you want to only join the online program today, you can join it at half the price. The exam fee is separate. That is only if you want to do the exam. Otherwise, you don't have to pay this amount. Our course fee is only 30,000 rupees flat, no other costs. Clear? All right. And if you do the diploma, you get to attend the Mystical Rose annual prize giving, the award ceremony for all the graduates, the diploma graduates. All right. Okay. One
Hi,
more.
this is Dylan Fernando, a native Sri Lankan and currently works as a chief sales officer for one of the blue chip companies right now in US. So before I found this class, speaking confidence is like a dream for me. I cannot speak confidence, I stammer a lot. But when I joined Success Academy and as well as when I work with Sheshan, I felt this confidence, energetic, and as well as he thoroughly taught me how to speak confidently and how to be elegant and as well as confidence in front of people. So with regards to this, what I can say is don't wait until confidence comes to you. You create your confidence and as well as build your future. Stay safe, and I'm one of the living examples right now with regards to the public speaking class of Sheshan Dias in Success Academy. Stay safe. See you soon. Bye.
All right, guys, that was another testimonial here. So this is our location, like I told you. So this is a 30 capacity classroom for now. So this discount is applicable for the first 30 people that join. All right. This is applicable for the first 30 people that join. After that, it's going to go back up to 20,000 rupees per month. If you want to make use of the discount, if you want to join permanently at 10,000 rupees per month, then you need to take the screenshot, send it across on the group with the word physical and your name. All right. So you get live coaching sessions, recorded interviews, interview preparation. If you want to do that personally with me, you get to speak in front of a live audience, get featured on the TSA podcast, be a part of our professional network, deliver presentations, debates, acts, poetry in front of people, and you get a 50% discount on our 4-month diploma. And if you do the diploma, you get to attend the prize giving. Guys, if you want to join online classes, take a screenshot of this page and put the word online. Okay. The online pricing, we're giving it to you today. That we only have slots for 10 people actually, because we already ran a different webinar. We've already filled that batch. We already have about 15 people. So we only take 25 for the online class. 15 are already filled. We only have 10 spots available. So if you are interested in joining the online class for December, then you need to take the screenshot and say online now. If not, this discount doesn't apply. But if you want to join our physical classes, I want you to take a screenshot of this and send it on the group and say physical. All right. Take a screenshot of this and say physical. All right. So if you want to join by paying the per month amount, that's 10,000 rupees, 3 months, 25, and 6 months, 50,000. That's a 10,000 rupee discount. We're starting our first class on the 16th of November. That's a Sunday. And classes will be held every Sunday from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. Okay. So even if you can't join on the 16th, you can still come on the 23rd or any Sunday following that. Make sense? Yes. Induja, do you have a question? You have raised your hand.
Yeah. Hello. Good day. First of all, good evening, Mr. Sheshan. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Sheshan, sorry for the interrupting. And I am the one of CIPM student, and currently I am studying in the Chartered Qualification in Human Resource Management. I saw your photos in the CIPM. It's not a Nugegoda. It's the Colombo file Narambita, Polhangoda. If I'm not wrong.
Correct. It's on High Level Road. And
Yeah, but it's not the Nugegoda. Yeah.
correct.
Nearby the Pereira Instance, and I'm studying at the CIPM So
Yes,
that's why
this
I'm
is
saying.
correct. Narahempita, you're correct. So this is the location that
Yeah,
we are doing.
nearby the Lanka hospital.
Correct. That is the exact location. So
Yeah.
we have
Okay.
all the
Uh,
pictures and so on. I think my bad. Correct.
no, don't worry to say that. No, just I wanted to clear. That's why I'm saying.
Correct.
Otherwise, nothing.
Good.
Okay.
So that is the correct location. Makes sense. All right.
Okay. Anyway, thanks for your chance for the
All right.
interrupt.
Okay. No problem. Good. Anything else?
No, nothing. I just want to clear that.
Sheshan, am I correct?
Yes, correct. Go ahead.
Hello.
Hello,
Hello.
Maheshika.
Yes, I'm Maheshika. I just want to know whether what's the time and when I'm conducting physical classes.
So we're starting on Sunday, 16th Sunday. We're starting at 4:30 p.m. and every Sunday classes will be held 4:30 to 6:30 p.m.
Are they physical classes?
Correct. Physical classes.
Uh-huh. So, what about the online classes?
So we are starting a new batch in December. So
Uh,
those classes will be held every Monday from 7:30 to 9:30 p.m.
7:30 to 9:30 on Mondays, no?
Correct.
So, if I join for physical classes on Sundays, uh, how long duration it takes to complete?
So like I told you, physical classes, we are doing it as an ongoing program, right? So you pay monthly and you come for as many months as you want. That is the physical class. So that is purely done with the intention of giving you the chance to practice speaking in front of a live audience. Clear?
Mhm.
The online class is a 4-month diploma program. So that is 4
Okay.
months. You pay 30,000 flat and you join the diploma program. The exam fee is 25,000 rupees. That is a separate payment you pay to the examining body.
Mhm. Okay. So, if I do the diploma, what sort of benefits I can get from this?
Well, that depends. Now, the first thing is obviously you'll get a qualification in the area of public speaking. So, obviously, if you want to go down the teaching route, if you want to have an extra qualification to show people you are a speaker, you can have those benefits. And it's a foreign ministry approved qualification. So, you can, if you're going abroad, you can always show this as an added qualification to show that you have followed an extracurricular activity. Make sense?
Uh-uh.
Especially, I
Okay.
mean, see, most people would do the diploma, number one, to get a qualification. And B, if they're getting into teaching, it's a fantastic qualification to have.
Actually, I'm working as a teacher in garment sector. Uh, yes. Actually, sometimes I faced difficulties. Sometimes getting the attraction of students while I'm teaching, they're not actually controlling the classroom is very important, I think, in conducting teaching. Not only if we have the enough subject knowledge, we should have good voice to control children. Normally I'm not giving punishment because some teachers think that the teacher need to teacher need to punish them to control, but I'm not the teacher like that. But I think if I have a good voice, then I can manage the classroom without punishing them.
Absolutely. What is the age group of students you teach?
Actually, I'm teaching for 9 to 11 student from grade 9 to 11. From grade 9 to 11.
Grade 9 to 11. So that
Yeah,
is
yes, 9, 10, and 11.
9, 10, 11. So that's
9.
14, 15, 16 years old.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
That's fantastic because now I do speech and drama training and I
Uh-huh.
for that same age group. So I do two different batches. I do age 10 to 13 and 14 to 18, right?
Uh-huh.
And what you're saying is absolutely correct. You don't have to punish children to control the classroom. If you can engage with them, if you can speak to them and make them interested in what you have to say, then you're going to be very successful as a teacher.
Yes, that's what I think. And so far, Mr. Shashan, I need to know whether you are conducting classes for children who are in that age group. That means 12 plus and 14 plus students. Are you conducting?
Not from the Success Academy. So I don't do classes for children through the Success Academy, but like I told you, I consult for other institutions. So one of the institutions is the Mystical Rose International Institute. I can refer to them if you're asking for your child. I can refer to them and you can enroll them there. So I am a teacher there as well. So I do teach children that age, just not through my personal academy.
Okay. Can you kindly tell it me again, Mystical?
Mystical. So what you do is you drop me a WhatsApp message and I
Okay, sure.
will the relevant
Okay.
number. You can
Okay.
call that person.
Okay, right. Thank you so much.
No problem at all. All right. So for you, I think the best thing would be to join our physical program, because what we can do is we can do certain activities where I can get you to teach that classroom like you're teaching your school classroom setting. So those are some of the activities we can do to help you with your engagement. Make sense? Maheshika, clear?
Oh, okay. Yes, yes. Yes.
All right.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Sampath,
Okay.
yes, you can go ahead.
Yes. Now, just for a small clarification, and few minutes now, just for if we are going to join with you online, what the class fees will be? Could you please repeat what you have said earlier?
Correct. So let me go back to that page. So if you're joining me
Yes.
online, it's going to be 30,000 rupees for a 4-month program. Okay.
Okay.
If you
Okay.
are doing the diploma exam, so again,
Mm-hmm.
we are affiliated to this institute called Mystical Rose International Institute. It's a Pearson
Yes.
organization. If you
Yeah.
are in the exam, you pay an additional 25,000 rupees to book the exam and sit for it.
Apart from that 30,000 already paid.
Correct. So 30,000 rupees is my course fee.
Okay.
25,000 rupees is the exam fee.
Altogether will be 25. 30 plus 25, 55.
Correct. Altogether will be 55. So usually my course fee is 60, but here we are giving you a 50% discount. So 30. Exam fee
Okay.
is fixed. That does not change. I can't change it. So that's fixed. So total 55,000 you will have to pay. The 30,000 rupees you pay now, 25 you pay when you have to book the exam. Clear?
That 30,000 has to be paid upfront, advance, or any installment facilities are there? No.
We offer an installment facility as well. You can drop a message on the group with the screenshot. My student coordinator will give you the details of the installment. Clear?
Regarding the installment facility.
Correct.
Otherwise, 30,000 upfront has to be paid. Is it?
That is correct. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Got it?
Right. Thank you, Mr.
Hi.
Shan, for your information. Okay.
All right. No problem. Okay. Raghav, do you have a question?
Hello, sir. I am 12 years old. I go to Stafford International School. So, since I am 12 years old, do I also join the physical class with the adults, or do you have a separate class for kids?
I don't have a separate class for kids. So, like I told Maheshika as well, what you can do is you can either drop a message onto the WhatsApp group, and my student coordinator will give you the details of the other institute that I teach at, so we can refer you to them. All right?
Okay, sir.
Okay, super. Pasan, do you have a question?
Yes, Hashan. Sorry, I'm currently out of Sri Lanka, so I'm in Australia. Just double checking with you whether you do any classes online for people outside Sri Lanka.
I do classes online. So, like I told,
Okay.
I will be starting a new batch in December, right?
Okay.
So, you can make the payment now and reserve your
Yeah.
spot. We're having classes every Monday from 7:30 p.m. onwards, Sri Lankan time.
Oh, okay. But if I need to have classes which is like out of that time, because by 7:30 means it's around 1 in the morning. So if it's something custom, is there an option that I can opt into, like get
You can do
one-to-one?
individual training
Yeah.
session as
Okay.
well. So again, just send a message on the WhatsApp group
Right.
that we can discuss separately.
Right. Okay. Thanks, Sean. Cheers.
Okay, super. No problem. Thank you. All right, guys. One thing that I
Sir.
would like you to do is if you could drop a comment or a review about this webinar on the WhatsApp group, that will be very helpful to me. So before you go, I'm very grateful that you joined our webinar. Thank you so much for your time. I'm looking forward to seeing you next Sunday at 4:30 p.m. at CIPM. Or if you're joining online, I hope to see you all in December on Mondays starting at 7:30 p.m. Guys, I would love it if you could drop a review before you go on the WhatsApp group about what you thought about this webinar. If you thought that this was something valuable, you learned something, it was good, please drop a comment, please drop your review on the WhatsApp group. If you have any criticism, if you have something to say in terms of what we
Excuse
can
me, sir.
improve ourselves, you can drop that comment on the chat, on the WhatsApp group as well. Okay, so send me a comment, let me know what you think. I'm very glad that I got to conduct this webinar for you today. I'm very excited that I was able to give you this opportunity. So guys, please drop a comment on the WhatsApp group. If you're interested in signing up to our physical classes, take a screenshot of this and send that screenshot on the WhatsApp group with the word physical. If you want to join our online program, take the same screenshot and say online. And my student coordinator, Ashane is his name. He will reach out to you and give you all the details today. All right. Rohit, yes, do you have a question?
Yes, sir. So today's webinar was very useful and versatile. I'm really happy about joining today. So earlier today, sir, like you mentioned, there will be a brochure being shared with respect to the public speech.
Correct.
So will that be shared in the group or in the chat, sir?
It will be shared on the WhatsApp group.
All right, sir. Thank you so much. And I'm looking forward to join the online session, sir, with you.
Fantastic. Lovely to have you, Rohit. I'm looking forward to seeing you.
Sir?
Yes.
Sir, this is Raghav again. Can I have another question? So, if I joined my school's gravel club, and I've also joined like public speaking course years ago. So, if it's convenient, can I also join this adult course, public physical class?
Sure. If you want to, you can go right ahead. I mean, if you're comfortable with speaking in front of adults, that's totally fine. That's totally fine. All right. Just take a screenshot of this and send it onto the WhatsApp group. All right.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
All right.
Good.
Hi, hi, Shishan. I just have a quick questions regarding the physical classes. So just imagine if I'm to join for the first month, like 4 classes. I would want to know how long will it take to master this craft. So how many months should I continue this? Do we have a certain curriculum in place for this, or how does the process look like for physical classes?
See, one thing I can guarantee is that if you take the opportunity to speak in the class as much as possible, 4 days is enough, more than enough for you to improve your skills and to be confident and to be comfortable with speaking in front of a crowd. But here's the thing, just like now, if you think about going to the gym, all right, you go to the gym for 3 months, you get on a good diet, you can get ripped. All right, you can get into decent shape, you can get into good shape, get a six pack, build some muscles. It's great. It's the same thing with speaking. You come for 4 days, you build up your speaking competency, you build up that confidence. If you stop practicing, that competency is going to drop. And that's one of the biggest drawbacks that I have seen in conducting my diploma program, which is for the 4 months that people follow my program, they build up their confidence to a different level. All the reviews I get, they're positive. People saying, you help me speak better, you help me deliver presentations more confidently. I get a lot of positive feedback. But the problem is, once my 4 month diploma is done, people don't practice by themselves, which is a big drawback. Now, that's something I can't help them with, which is why I started an ongoing physical program to give people the opportunity to come when they want, right? For however many classes they want, to keep practicing and keep improving their skills. Can you get better by joining for 1 month? The answer is yes. Yes, you can. Can you keep the consistency without that practice? Now, that is up to you. Whether you practice at home and whether you keep up that competency is up to you. But if you want to keep coming for as long as you want, that is also up to you. Make sense?
Yes, thank you so much for explaining.
No problem.
Yeah, Mr. Shishan.
Yes.
Mr. Shishan, this is
Chaminda Beratna from Mirigama. Just I want to know actually that I'm going to join with you in online classes. And let me know, is there any course content for the online classes? Because of that, I don't know whether actually in my field that I need to take more and more confidence and then more and more vocabularies to speak a little bit better than current. So I don't know whether that it will be important for me, or that within the 4 months I don't know whether I can be speak what I search in level. So then is there any course content for the
Absolutely. I
online
can share the
classes?
course content with you. Just drop a message on the WhatsApp group. But can I ask you, what is your requirement exactly? Now, when you say you have to build up your confidence to speak, what instances would you speak in? Is it that you have to deliver presentations to upper management? Are you in sales? What do you do?
No, actually, currently I'm working as a private firm as a manager, but in one part, I need to do some presentations, and I need to go more that next step for my career with the best speaking facility with English. And another hand, I my one of my dreams to be a English lecturer. Then in part of I am doing a BA English one program as some other university. So even I am doing that part of university, but some kind of level will going to improve. But speaking facilities and this type of things, it will be not helpful for that one. So in one of my dream is to be a lecturer in English. So then that's why I am trying to engage with you.
Absolutely. So to help you with presentations, yes, presentation skills is a specific aspect that we cover in the diploma program. Interview skills. So you said you want to move up the career ladder. Interview skills is something else that we cover in the diploma program. Furthermore, if you want to get into lecturing, now see, if you're already following an English program, that is obviously going to help you learn the subject matter. What I can help you do through our program is to help you speak better, connect with the audience, connect with your students, tell stories in a better way, speak confidently to them, fluently to them, so that you come off as an interesting, engaging speaker. I'll send you the curriculum if you want to have a look at it, but I guarantee my program fits your requirement, right? We do a lot of other things outside of presentation skills, interview skills, and so on. And the end objective of the 4-month diploma is not just to get a qualification. Now, that is optional. But the objective is to help you become a fluent, confident speaker. If you can do that, your dream of achieving lecturer status is not going to be a problem. Make sense?
Yes, actually, got it. Your point that in the knowledge I can take some other, and I want to improve my speaking facility. So that's what I search. That was searching the program. So then in between I got yours one, and crystal clear now, and I'll join with you.
Sorry, Abhiratna, you got cut off. Go ahead.
No, actually, yeah, that's what I'm telling that crystal clear your point, that one information and that other facility I can be able to take the university, and what I need to improve my speaking facility and presentation facilities, those kind of thing, and improve my vocabularies and how to teach in and those kind of things. So that you told, yes, you can do that through your online classes on. Then so I crystal clear on this one, and I'll going to join with that one. Physical class also, that if couldn't, that thing is that I'm a little bit far away from there than Mirigama, and with my career a little bit difficult. So we'll see the later, and first starting with online classes.
That's fine. I'm looking forward to having you there.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, all right. Good, guys. Any questions, or can we wrap up?
Sir, am I audible?
Yes, go ahead.
Sir, can we sit for the diploma exam after attending physical classes?
No, because like I told you, the physical classes is just to give people an opportunity to practice speaking in front of an audience, right? We are going to be doing a lot of different activities there. You're going to get the chance to speak in front of a crowd, deliver presentations. We're going to do a lot of, you're going to have an experience, right? But if you want a more structured step-by-step curriculum, then the 4-month online program is what we offer. Now, yes, you can join our online program also while coming for physical. Some people do that. So they follow the diploma because they want a qualification, and they come for physical classes to improve their speaking skills in front of a real audience, right? So to anyone that joins our physical classes, the discount, the 50% discount applies at any time. So let's say you come for our physical classes for about 2 months, you build up your confidence, and now you want to sit for the diploma exam. You can take use of that 50% discount at that time and sign up to the online. Make sense?
Makes sense.
Clear, Rafa? All right. Sampath, do you have another question? No. All right. So guys, I think with that, we are done for today. Make sure to make your payment today and register your spot for our physical classes starting next Sunday at the CIPM building, not Nugegoda, apparently Narahempita, right? That's my bad. But it's at the CIPM building every Sunday at 4:30 p.m. Make sure to reserve your spot by making the payment today. So if you want to pay per month, that's 10,000, 3 months is 25, and 6 months is 50,000. Thank you so much, everyone. Hope you have a very good night and enjoy the rest of or whatever is left of your weekend. See you, everybody.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And it's very wonderfully
Thank you.
given
Thank
a
you.
presentation. Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you, Sean. Yeah.
Please
Thank
be
you.
kind
Thank you, sir.
enough to drop a comment on the WhatsApp group about your feedback. That I would really appreciate, guys. I would really appreciate that.
Thank you very much. That was really nice.
Put some comment on the WhatsApp. Thank you, sir. We'll learn something.
Okay. See you guys. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.